Good afternoon, church. It's good to be with you. Today's devotional is coming to you from Windstrom Park. This is a park that is close to my home, and in the last 9 weeks I've spent a lot of time walking through. I have marveled at spring as she has slowly unfolded in some really beautiful ways in this time. I don't know if you can see it, but behind me is a whole crop of the wildflower trillium that have literally come to life in the last week. And these wildflowers speak to me as a metaphor for the transformative work of God. Prior to COVID, I would go to Marywood, a spiritual center run by the Dominican sisters in Grand Rapids, for spiritual direction once a month. I have not been able to go in person, but have been trying to go to their Monday group offerings online. It's not the same, but it's something. Yesterday, for the life of me, I could not concentrate and get into it. And I was also distracted by my office neighbor, who shall remain nameless, who kept repeating loudly a phrase about harking and a cannon roaring over and over again. If you saw yesterday's devotion, you know what I'm talking about. Before I gave up on the instruction from Marywood, one thing the facilitator was talking about did take hold. When she spoke about the Spirit of God, she described the Holy Spirit as a creative instigator. And yes, this is the way that I've experienced the Spirit of God working in my own life. A gentle nudge that will not go away, or a pull towards someone or something that brings me an energy and excitement that is just hard to contain. Yet I'm not experiencing a lot of that at this time. Because of all that is going on, I would not define my life or my experiences of much energy or excitement. So I so appreciated the authenticity and honesty that Reverend Brad brought to his sermon on Sunday. I appreciated him honoring that this time has been hard on all of us, that we are all in one way or another struggling and grieving with what was while still trying to live faithfully, one moment, one step, and one day at a time into what is in this day that we have been given. And in that sermon, there was a gentle reminder from Brad that God has a great capacity to work through us in a time such as this, in transformative ways. Transformative work in a time of weakness. Romans 8, verse 26 says, "In the same way, the Spirit comes to help our weakness. We don't know what we should pray, but the Spirit pleads our case with unexpressed groans." So beautiful. The Holy Spirit with us in our weakness, interceding for us in ways that we do not know or may even be aware of. And so my prayer today is that we can be like this wetland forest. I could not imagine that earlier this spring that one day there would be a colony of trillion flowers here. For the longest time it looked like nothing was going on, and frankly it looked stagnant and lifeless. However, to my untrained eye, a lot was going on beneath the surface. Seeds and roots were taking hold that in due time slowly found their way to the light. In this dark and fallow time, may we trust, be receptive to, and nurture the seeds that God is planting within us. And may our lives yield beauty and life in the name of God as we lean into the hope and faith of what we cannot yet see. This is my prayer for all of us. Amen.